Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on the video. Now let's get started.
FiberFix?
FiberFix!
FiberFix!
We're looking for $90,000.
In Season 5, Spencer Quinn and Eric Child stepped in front of the Sharks with a new and innovative idea called FiberFix. This product is a heavy-duty repair tape targeted to the do-it-yourself handyman and general consumer market as an easy and inexpensive way to make repairs. Asking for $90,000 for 10% equity, the business partners eventually struck a deal with QVC Queen Lori, $120,000 for 12% equity, plus funding for purchase orders. The company has made $66 million in sales to date, and according to their website, FiberFix has grown from a single product to an internationally recognized brand with many inventive repair solutions sold in over 30,000 retail locations around the world.
Nuts and more fortified butters with added protein, added omegas, they're high in fiber with no sugar added.
Next up is another deal including two Sharks, as both Mark and Robert decided to go in on a deal with the creators of Nuts and More in 2013. The company produces nut butters and other healthy products that are high in protein and contain flaxseed. Some of them in flavors are such as mint chocolate chip or spiced pumpkin pie. After fairly long negotiations, the two Sharks struck a deal with Nuts and More co-founders Neil Peter and Dennis and invested $250,000 for 35% of the company. Cuban later called this one of his favorite investments, saying that he was always looking for healthy foods that can appease his desire for sweets. And it turned out to be a very lucrative investment as well, with the company having more than $30 million in total sales as of 2018, according to Go Banking Rates. Nate Hodzapfel came up with the perfect business plan after re-envisioning the belt. His mission, Belt Works, without any notches, and instead uses a release clasp to keep the strap tight around the waist, guaranteeing wearers that they will never have a too tight or too loose fit. Nate was seeking a $50,000 investment in exchange for a 20% stake of his business when he appeared on Shark Tank in 2013, and his reinvention of the belt convinced Damon, who invested their $50,000 for 37.5% of the company. Mission Belt has reached over $25 million in sales to this day, and Nate and his co-founder Jeff Jensen continue to donate $1 of every belt sold to fund microloans for small businesses in developing countries. In 2009, Shrew Quackenbush and Corey Ward had used their savings to buy a tent and a grill and then set up next to an ice skating rink in Fountain Square in Cincinnati, Ohio to sell grilled cheese and tomato soup. Because the response was so incredible, they soon opened their first store and then their first franchise in Louisville, Kentucky. Looking for help to expand their franchising efforts of Tom and Chi, they came to the Sharks and eventually made a deal with Barbara. In the update 3.5 years after their first appearance on the show, they revealed that their gourmet grilled cheese and tomato soup were now available in 31 locations in 15 states. So in just 7 years, they had gone from having just a tent to having a grilled cheese empire. Their sales before the tank were $1.5 million, while they now had $47 million in sales and created over 500 jobs. Unsurprisingly, Tom and Chi is one of Barbara's most successful Shark Tank investments. In Season 8, Tara Braun introduced the Sharks to her Sleep Styler, which are heat-free hair rollers that curl your hair while you sleep. She eventually struck a deal with Lori, who invested the $75,000 for 20% equity that Tara had asked for. Although the Sleep Styler doesn't have the best ratings on Amazon, for example, the company boasts sales of $72 million to this day, making this another one of Lori's many successful deals in the show. Stephen Ford, Brandon Label, and Bruno Ishidamini met while working at a San Diego call center where they sold life insurance, and that is where their journey to launching a multi-million-dollar beach lifestyle company began. 4 years later, the trio appeared on Shark Tank, hoping for a $200,000 investment for 8% of their beach towel business, SandCloud. The trio had previously put every cent they had on their startup, selling basically everything they own, including some of their furniture, and eating rice and beans for a whole year. They had originally created a beach towel with a pillow attached, but changed course when they realized that no one was interested in their product and ended up developing what has become SandCloud's signature product, a thin, sand-free, and versatile towel made from Turkish cotton that customers can roll up and slip in a bag. The co-founders ended up getting offers from Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, and Robert Herjavec, eventually making a deal with Robert, who invested $200,000 for 15% equity. The company has since added items like water bottles, metal straws, and jewelry to its product line, and has made over $25 million in sales while donating 10% of its profits to organizations that support marine life and clean oceans, including the Marine Conservation Institute and the Surfrider Foundation. That'll wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.